All right, looks like he's just going to do a couple practice laps here. All right, while we got everybody's attention, we'd like to give a huge shout out to some sponsors. The Best Western right here in Woodstock. Canadian Tire also here in Woodstock. Dimmock Rentals. FMI. Gable Enterprises. Greystone, Nicholson Bucket and Boom. Paradise Pools. Huge shout out to Todd's Machine Shop for all of their support, as well as Woodstock Trailmakers. All right, and it looks like our first two competitors are coming onto the track. Three competitors, maybe. On the starting line, on that number 79 machine, is going to be Sabrina Blanchet out of Quebec. That red number 122 machine, I believe, is Matt Simonson out of Greenfield, New Brunswick. This is your Pro Champ race. There you dive off into turn one and coming out of turn two along the back straightaway. Sabrina Blanchet jumping out to an early lead, coming into turn three. That number 481 sled, not letting her run away with it though, as they come onto the front stretch. Along the back stretch now, Sabrina Blanchet stretching out her lead over that 481 sled. As she dives off into the turns, you look at how far she's leaning off that snowmobile. I mean, she is a very, very experienced snowmobile racer, and it shows. You look at that. She's got to be almost grazing the ice going around those corners. As she receives the white flag. Sabrina dives off into turn three and coming out of turn four for the final time to receive the checkered flag. This is the Pro Champ. In second place, that number 481. And coming across the line in third, a local from right here in Greenfield, New Brunswick, Matt Simonson. Next class on the line, I believe, is going to be the Semi-Pro F500. Number 15 from Lakefield, Ontario is Hunter Twyman. On the 11X machine, Cole Fitzgerald. Number 19. My apologies. Number 718 from Somerville, New Brunswick, a local boy, Jeffrey O'Donnell. And number 19, Nathan Franchette from Chibougamau, Quebec. Again, Hunter Twyman, that number 15 machine in that outside line. That's Cole Fitzgerald on that green machine, 11X. And that looks like Kristen Briggs pulling up to the line from right here in Jacksonville, New Brunswick on the number 91. Getting ready to take that green flag. Hunter Twyman on the outside, jumping into an early lead. In second place right now, Cole Fitzgerald. Third place also, Nathan Franchette. But as you can see, Cole Fitzgerald not letting Hunter Twyman get away. Looks like he might be thinking about closing a little distance there on the backstretch. As they dive off into turn 3, let's see if he can make any ground up through the corner. And it does look like he's closing that gap up. Cole Fitzgerald trying to track down Hunter Twyman. Headed onto the backstretch. He's pulling on him at a 2. Trying to make the pass into 3. As they come out of turn 4, Hunter Twyman still leads Cole Fitzgerald. Cole trying to make something happen on the outside, coming out of 2. And they're side and side on the backstretch. Cole Fitzgerald looks as though he's going to try to complete that pass. See if he can pinch him down a little bit in the corner. And they take the checkered flag. That was Cole Fitzgerald out of Ontario, Canada, taking the win over Hunter Twyman. In third place there, Nathan Franchette out of Quebec, Canada. And in fourth place, Jeffrey O'Donnell out of Somerville, New Brunswick. Some pretty good racing here early on. I believe that was a qualifier for your F500 class because we've got another semi-pro F500 class coming right behind. I believe this will be the second portion of the qualifier. So I believe this is your second heat for the semi-pro F500 class, sponsored by KCI Keenan. Well, we've got a minute. We would like to give a huge shout out to Aurora Productions for putting on the great media portion of this event. That video live stream is just fantastic. And as you can see, you can catch it live in underneath the grandstand as you warm up, and that is a great feature to have. Coming up to the line now, your second heat for your semi-pro F500 class. On that green number 97 sled, Alicia Robitaille out of Drummondville, Quebec. Starting to her inside from, well, it says here Slave Lake, Alberta, but just up the road in Greenfield, New Brunswick, is Mike Simonson on that number 661 Skidoo. And in third, well, I guess they're all starting out even. But on that red sled, number 122, Matt Simonson out of Greenfield, New Brunswick. Got a couple local boys. That's one way to drop the green flag right there. Alicia Robitaille out to an early lead. You can see Mike Simonson and Matt Simonson racing side and side going into three. Matt Simonson now driving his way into second place, not letting Alicia Robitaille get away. Matt Simonson doing everything he can to try to track down Alicia Robitaille as she's pulled out to an early lead. As Alicia dives off into turn one, all it will take is one little wiggle, one little mistake, and Matt Simonson could get her tracked back in, reeled back in there. He is driving his heart out right now. Matt Simonson on that number 122 machine. Alicia Robitaille, your leader right now, as she takes the white flag. She comes into turn three for the final time, looking for the checkered flag. She can't make a mistake coming out of four, and she doesn't. She's going to take the win here in this heat. Alicia Robitaille out of Drummondville, Quebec. In second place, Matt Simonson, number 122, that red sled, and in third place, behind the handlebars of that number 661 machine, Mike Simonson. It's a great driving out of Alicia Robitaille. I'm sure Matt Simonson happy to come out ahead of Mike Simonson in that heat. I'm sure that'll be discussed when they get back to the hauler. Next class on the line is going to be a combined class. On the line now, we've got that number 95 machine, number 6, driven by Daytona Gould, and number 17, 117, driven by Caden Dunn out of Enfield, Maine. Daytona Gould leading on the backstretch. But as you can see, Caden Dunn not letting him get away. No, that's not Caden Dunn, my apologies. That's that number 95 machine. Daytona Gould leads, diving off into turn one. And I'll tell you what, that Daytona Gould, with a name like Daytona Gould, that's kind of like a boy named Sue, isn't it? You name a boy Sue, he's going to turn out to be a fighter, right? I'm telling you right now, you name your kid Daytona, there's only one path in life they can take, and that's to become a racer. And as you can see, Daytona Gould leading his way around the MSCR track here at the Connell Park Raceway, right here in Woodstock. Daytona Gould in that number 95 machine, spread out away from the 117 of Caden Dunn. Now, I'd like to remind you, this is a combined class this time around, as Daytona takes the checkered flag. So that was your Sport Mod and Mod Stock combined class. I believe there was a couple of 440 maybe Leaf Spring sleds mixed in there. But as you can see, looking at the infield, a lot of our racers and spectators as well have traveled here from very, very far away, and we have got some weather. We've got a weather system on its way. It's supposed to bring 35 centimeters of snow. So a lot of those people that have traveled here from far away have opted to head out before, because of safety. The roads are going to be not that great about the time you start getting 35 centimeters of snow. But we won't hold it against them. We really want to thank all of our competitors and all of our spectators who did come out this weekend to Woodstock and spend some time with us here at the Connell Park Raceway, as what looks like a massive heat makes its way onto the track. Holy smokes. That's not the one, yeah. We've got that 11X machine back out on the track again, followed by the 22X. Hey, and that looks like Spencer Landry behind the handlebars of that 27X machine. Oh, we're shaping up to have a great race here. Scott Copeland on that 55, lining up on the inside. Who do you got, ladies and gentlemen? I can tell you right now, it's hard to bet against Spencer Landry. He's been fast all weekend. But Scott Copeland not always letting him get away. There you go. He's going to be starting from behind. As you can see, they jumped that green flag just a little bit. They're going to get penalized for that. On that number 19 machine is Nathan Franchette. Oh, what's that blue one? Can you see a number on it? I don't have it on. That number 22X, Marcus Below. As they head off into turn one, and look at them battling for position. Coming out of two. I believe that's Scott Copeland up there in second place right now, trying to track down that blue machine, riding around in first. That number 9 machine leading the way right now. But Scott Copeland in second place has got company on the outside. This is your Pro F500 class, sponsored by E. Cummings Contracting. That number 9 machine still leading the way. He's got the 11X of Cole Fitzgerald. Wow, big slide by the 55 going into 1. That's Scott Copeland. And he has got those 2 green machines right on his tail battling for second place. But leading the way is that number 9 machine. Scott Copeland is driving the handlebars off that thing, trying to hang on to second place right now. And they are breathing down his neck. As that number 9 machine pulls into a commanding lead, and that will be the checkered flag. In first place, that number 9 machine. In second place, Scott Copeland on the 55. In third, I believe, I think it was Marcus Below. Yeah, I think so too. I believe that was Marcus Below in on the 22X machine in third place. But wow, they were pushing Scott Copeland hard for that second position, and he was able to hang on to it. On the line next is going to be our 600 trail stock class with a man from right here in New Brunswick. Actually, a couple guys from right here in New Brunswick. The first guy is going to be Peter Dickinson from right here in Woodstock, New Brunswick on the 55. And then on that number 22X machine is going to be Dustin Legacy from Haynesville, New Brunswick. Do we have any Peter Dickinson fans out here with us today? C jumps out into an early lead. Oh yeah, he rounds 2, and he's pulling away. Look at the ground he's making on that backstretch. Peter Dickinson driving himself into a commanding lead over Dustin Legacy. And wow, Peter Dickinson is just trying to check out. Of course, you cannot count your chickens before they hatch. And Peter Dickinson's not going to start smiling until he receives the checkered flag. But right now, he's taking the white flag. Final lap here in the 600 trail stock class. As Peter Dickinson dives into turn 3, he's going to round turn 4 onto the front stretch and take that checkered flag he's been waiting for. Now he can start smiling. Peter Dickinson from right here in Woodstock, New Brunswick. Just want to remind everybody as well, I believe this is next weekend, the 2025 World Pond Hockey Championship in Plaster Rock, New Brunswick. About an hour up the road from here in Woodstock. Beginning Thursday, February 20th, and ending on Sunday, February 23rd. Head on up to the World Pond Hockey Championship and enjoy some great hockey. And I believe they're going to have a beer garden open. That's going to be something you won't want to miss.
Are you ready to go racing?
We're going to put on a show today.
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready. So let's see what happens. Whoa, it's a side by side. Copeland inside, Spencer outside. Oh, we got a race going on now. Here we go, great race on the backside. It's not over. Whoa, two Weatherall sleds out front. Clay Rafferty, Sabrina on the outside, taking back over three. Oh my word, what a race.
According to the racers, the track is the best, fastest track they've been on this season.
Now we got a race, Spencer ducking, Copeland squeezing. Checkered flag, Copeland in the final. Whoa, baby, Dave White.
On the track now, I believe, is the Supermod 440 class, as Sabrina Blanchet jumps out to an early lead. Spencer Landry tracking him down on that number 27 machine, trying to. Oh, trouble on the backstretch for Spencer Landry. He's slow, coming out of two. Sabrina Blanchet still leads. That 27 machine of Spencer Landry as they come along the front stretch didn't quite sound right. I don't know if he's down a cylinder there or what, but he's going to keep running. As Sabrina takes the white flag. That number 481 machine really not letting her get that far away. That's Lucas Nast out of Guildhall, Vermont on that 481 machine. But your winner that time around, Sabrina Blanchet, number 79. And as you can see, him not happy. I believe that's Carl Bright out of Sterling, Ontario on the front stretch. Obviously disappointed with how that machine was running there at the end of that race. All right, so now on the line is your junior F200 class. This class is sponsored by Napa. On the track, you've got that number 411, Genevieve McCormick. And on that green machine, number 99X, Micah Unan. These guys aren't messing around either. You can see they keep edging forward there, and they're not letting one get a leap over the other. This is a competition. They're not here to play. There you go, yeah. They take the green flag with that number 99X getting that early lead on the outside. As they dive off into one. On the outside, that number 411 trying to make a move. Coming out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. They're side and side in a drag race on the backstretch. That number 99X getting a breath of fresh air there as he just narrowly retains the lead. But that number 411 fighting hard on the outside. As they round the corner off 4, the number 411's got the edge. Look at the lean as they head off into turn 1. I'm going to tell you right now, these are some ice oval industry professionals in the making right here. You can see it. They are not out there to play around. They are putting 100% effort in. As that 411 machine leads the way off into turn 3. They're coming along to take the white flag. What's the flag out there? What's his last name? I don't know. Martin? Martin and Rose. Rose is his nickname, but we're gonna call him that. The number 411 still leading on the backstretch. The 99X not really letting him get away there. A little bit of a wiggle there for the 411 coming off of turn 4. But Genevieve McCormick is going to take the checkered flag. They're still boogieing, yeah. I'm sure they're not slow. Their parents are here to race. Like, they And I believe the next class on the line Next class on the line, I believe, is the IFS 500 fan, sponsored by Gable Enterprise. Josh Ricard, the number 706 machine, The number 95 is going to be piloted by Sam Matthews. Cole Fitzgerald's going to be behind the wheel, or not the wheel, the handlebars of that 11X machine, and behind the wheel of the number 55, Scott Copeland, out of Stratford, New Hampshire. I could see this turning out to be a good race. Scott Copeland and Cole Fitzgerald dive off into one, side and side. Looks like Scott Copeland may be edging his way into the lead on the backstretch. And that is the case. Scott Copeland leads Cole Fitzgerald off into 3. In 3rd place, that number 95, I believe, Sam Matthews. No, that's the 706 of Josh Ricard. There's a little bit of a wiggle there from Scott Copeland going off into 1. That's going to give Cole Fitzgerald an opportunity to keep up, maybe make up a little ground on the backstretch. Scott Copeland trying to put on a driving clinic here. You can see him taking a little bit of a lower line through 1 and 2. I would say Cole Fitzgerald had a little bit better corner. He's made up some ground now. Chasing that snow flap of Scott Copeland. I believe he's made up a little more ground there too. As they take the white flag, we'll see what he can do between 1 and 2. Cole Fitzgerald trying to, oh wow. As somebody takes a tumble. That was Josh Ricard right here in front of the grandstands, took a tumble. And it looks like he's gotten up and he's walking back towards the pit area. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for him. Wow, that is always scary to see those guys come off these snowmobiles. But it's great to see him walk away. It sounds like one of the skis snapped off that 706 machine, and that is what caused that. Again, right on the straightaway, so you guys must have had a pretty good view of that down there in the grandstands. But great to see him walk away. Wow, that is scary. Josh Ricard. He's out of Ontario, Canada. But the good news is that should spice things up a little bit here between Scott Copeland in the lead right now on that 55 machine and Cole Fitzgerald on the 11X. On that number 995 machine is Sam Matthews. But they're going to wait keenly on that green flag. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is going to be a green-white checker. Cole Fitzgerald now on the back straightaway, fighting for first place with Scott Copeland on the outside. Not a green-white checker. This is the final lap. We'll see who can edge him out here. Coming off of 4, it looks like Cole Fitzgerald is going to take the win over Scott Copeland. That's the checkered flag. And that's a great example right there. As he was reeling in Scott Copeland, I'm sure Cole Fitzgerald would have loved to have seen a caution. And he made money off of that one, taking the win here in the IFS 500 fan class. And it looks like the 50-50 is up to $20,800. Make sure you grab yourself some 50-50 tickets. They are selling 50-50 tickets at the Air Motor Center and right here in front of the grandstand. Right now, I believe there's a couple 50-50 people running around. On the track now, on that number 91 machine, I believe we have Kristen Briggs. The number 97 of Alicia Robitaille is on the outside, and Sydney Haynes behind the wheel or behind the handlebars of that 718 machine. As Alicia Robitaille breaks into an early lead, Kristen Briggs from right here in Jacksonville, New Brunswick, trying to track her down. Look at the lean going through the corners. Alicia Robitaille, clearly an experienced ice oval racer. Making it look easy, and I can assure you folks, it is nothing but easy. She rounds at a turn 4. Alicia Robitaille leads Kristen Briggs, followed by Sydney Haynes. She's from right here in Woodstock, New Brunswick. Alicia Robitaille takes the white flag on that number 97 machine. She dives off into one for the final time here in this ladies F500 class. This class sponsored by Richwell Truck Center. Alicia Robitaille is going to come around to check your checkered flag. Followed by Kristen Briggs and then Sydney Haynes. Both local racers. Sure hope everybody's having a good time down there. Want to take a minute to give a shout out and a big thank you to the town of Woodstock for supporting this event. And while we've got a second, we can take a minute to thank the town of Woodstock. I think there's been some great improvements here in the town of Woodstock as of late. As you know, we brought in this great, fantastic event, the MSCR. We've also brought truck and tractor pulling back into the town of Woodstock. There's lawnmower races that goes on here in the summertime. So the town of Woodstock really gaining traction in the motorsports community here. And I believe the people of Woodstock are loving it. What do you guys think about having the MSCR right here in Woodstock? It sure is a lot of fun, isn't it? On the track now, we have our junior F340. The number 79X jumps out to an early lead. I believe he's getting tracked down by Lightning McQueen, the number 176 sled. As that number 79 machine leads the field, followed by the 176. That's Maverick Yunan on the 79 machine. 176 is Jaden Keeler out of Kirkfield, Ontario. We are super glad to have these racers with us. There are very few racers right here local. Of course, we want to expand into the MSCR locally, but these guys and girls travel from so far away. Every racer in this class is from Ontario. We've got Kirkfield, Ontario, Sturgeon Falls, Ontario, Selwyn, Ontario, Killaloe, Ontario, 2 of them from Killaloe. Yeah, this person right here is from Killaloe. Woo! We want to give a huge thank you for coming out. It does not go unnoticed. The number 79 machine takes the white flag. That is Maverick Yonan with a commanding lead over Jaden Keeler. Looking for the checkered flag, Maverick Yonan. In this junior F340 class. Followed by Jaden Keeler. That behind the handlebars of that 99X machine is Micah Yonan. Yeah, I think so too. On that number 411 is Genevieve McCormick. We've obviously got a few people here that are from Ontario. We want to give a huge shout out and a massive thank you to you guys coming all the way here to Woodstock, New Brunswick for this great event of the MSCR. We couldn't do it without yous. And we hope it's something that you guys circle on your calendars in the future because we sure love having yous. Coming onto the track now is Ryan Matthews and Stefan Tercet. This is your Super Stock 440 Leaf Spring class. These guys get geared up to go. Who do you got, the 95 or the 117? They take the green flag. The 95 jumps out to an early lead. That's Ryan Matthews from Lakefield, Ontario. But Stefan's not letting him get away. trying to reel him back in here in 3 and 4. You can see them coming onto the front stretch now. Ryan Matthews leads. But it looks like Stefan might be making a little ground up on him as they head onto the back straightaway. Oh, but Ryan Matthews pulls away. It looks like he found another cog. Ryan Matthews leads out of 4. He takes the white flag. One more time coming around for the checkered. Ryan Matthews leads, headed down the backstretch. Like I said, don't count your chickens until they hatch. As he comes along for the checkered, that's Ryan Matthews from Lakefield, Ontario, taking the checkered flag. And that's Super Stock 440 Leaf Spring class. Followed by Stefan Terset out of Odessa, Ontario, on the 117 sled. And I believe we're going to take just a minute here to do a little bit of track maintenance. So just out of curiosity, and you're going to have to make some noise so that I can hear you, how many folks have we got out there from Ontario? All right, all right. Now what about our folks out of the great United States of America? Where are you guys? Okay, last one. What about the people from the motherland right here in the province of New Brunswick? Where are you guys? Are you guys loving this MSCR? Friggin' right. So am I. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we've got a heck of a show developing on the track. On the outside there, Scott Copeland, the number 55. On his inside, Dustin Legacy, 22X from Haynesville, New Brunswick. The number 55, driven by Peter Dickinson. To his inside on that Articat ZRT, on the number 97, Alicia Robitaille. 27X, Spencer Landry. 19 is Nathan Frenchette, and on that number 9 machine, Jan Tremblay. This is going to be a great race. You're not going to want to miss it. They're getting ready to take the green flag. Oh, the 22X and the 55 got penalized on that start. If you don't wait till the drop of the green flag, you're starting in the rear. That'll leave a little bit of space for Scott Copeland on the outside. Maybe he can get a little jump on those guys on the inside. That number 9 machine of Yen Tremblay was a very fast, competitive machine earlier here today. Here we go, waiting for the green flag to drop. You see Scott Copeland on the outside getting a big jump on the turn 1, following Jan Tremblay on that number 9 blue machine. Scott Copeland right on his snow flap out of turn 2. In third place looks like Spencer Landry, and in fourth place right there looks like Alicia Robitaille. Second and third place there, Spencer Landry, I believe, and Scott Copeland. Trying to find some clean ice into turn 1. You can see Scott Copeland with that snowmobile sideways headed in between 1 and 2. But Jan Tremblay leads the way on that number 9 machine. Out of turn 4 now. A small amount of space has developed between that top three. But one mistake going through the corner is all it would take to shrink that gap. You can see Spencer Landry back in third place trying to reel in Scott Copeland in second. Jan Tremblay not making any mistakes, leading the way. He takes the white flag. 1 to go. Jan Tremblay leads, followed by Scott Copeland in second, and Spencer Landry in third, heading off into 3. Can't make any mistakes through 3 and 4. And Jan Tremblay does not disappoint. He takes the checkered flag, followed by Scott Copeland in second and Spencer Landry in third. And wow, with that many sleds starting the race, I mean, turn 1 and 2 can get pretty tight pretty quickly. And those guys did a great job driving into 1 and 2. Fourth place, I believe, was Alicia Robitaille. Fifth place looks like Peter Dickinson from right here in Woodstock. Woohoo! Jan Tremblay doing a great job this Sunday morning, headed into the afternoon. Putting on a bit of a driving clinic early on in the day here. I believe that's the second win on the afternoon that he's achieved. Ahead of some very competitive machines driven by Scott Copeland and Spencer Landry. But don't run away to warm up just yet, because we've got another big show on its way, the Sport F500. And we've got some locals in the mix in this next race. Actually, it looks like it might be mostly locals. As you can see as well, the Outlaw 600s making their way into the staging area. That'll be another one you're not going to want to miss. We've got it circled on the calendar up here. One thing today, it might not feel quite as cold out as it has the past couple days. It has warmed up a little bit ahead of this weather that's coming. It may be pushing in a little bit of a warm front, so a little better for the racers, a little bit easier for the spectators. I know I sure appreciate a little bit warmer weather. The last couple days has been really cold here in Woodstock. But I can see a lot of race fans right here in front of the grandstands at Connell Park Raceway. You guys aren't letting the cold spoil your time this weekend, are you? You guys all having a good time here this weekend? The 2025 MSCR so far has been a great event, and we're not looking to disappoint. We're going to get some excitement out here on the track for you in just a second. I really think it's going to be a good show. I see a couple sleepers back there. We've got Matt Simonson getting ready to mount his 122 machine. And I believe that's Jeffrey O'Donnell on that 718 sled, gonna lead him onto the track. Maverick Yonan on the 79X machine is that beautiful green snowmobile you see pulling on there in second. Behind him, the number 122, Matt Simonson. Behind him, the number 91 of local Kristen Briggs. And behind her, number 661, piloted by Mike Simonson. We got a couple Simonson boys. We got a local lawnmower racer, Kristen Briggs, number 91. 718, Jeffrey O'Donnell. This race is mostly locals. As Mike Simonson jumps out to an early lead there over Matt Simonson in second place. Maverick Yonan in third, looking to the outside of Matt Simonson, going down the backstretch. Can't quite find the room to make it happen. Matt Simonson trying to reel in his brother Mike in first place. Mike Simonson leads him at a 4. There's 3 of them, all packed together. Nobody can make a mistake here. They are bumper to snow flap coming at a turn 2. Mike Simonson just a little bit slow. He puts the block on brother Matt Simonson. They're headed into 3 and 4 now. Mike Simonson running that preferred line. But don't let them fool you. Third place is still right there. Maverick Yonan. There comes Matt Simonson to the outside. They're side and side. It's a Simonson boys race headed down the backstretch. And I'm going to tell you what right now, them 2 Simonson boys, there ain't a one of them that wants to go home a loser in this race right now. Let's make some noise for them on the front stretch. Matt and Mike Simonson lead it. They take the white flag. Matt Simonson in the lead right now. Brother Mike not going to let him go on with it. Here's Maverick Yonan coming up into second place. He's going to try to make a move for first on Matt Simonson through 3 and 4. Mike Simonson not letting them have any of it. Here they come. Maverick Yonan on the outside. It's a drag race to the finish. Matt Simonson, the local from just up the road in Greenfield, New Brunswick, takes home the W in that one. Holy smokes, what did you guys think of that? As they come along by the grandstand, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for the local boys and Maverick Yonan putting on a hell of a race right there. My God, holy smokes. And it ain't over yet. We got all kinds coming your way still here at the MSCR. keep your eyes over on that redneck racing trailer. There might be a bit of a fist fight break out there before too long. On the track now is Scott Copeland out of Stratford, New Hampshire, and Darren McFadden out of Lakefield, Ontario. They're side and side through 1 and 2. Darren McFadden with just about a sled length's lead on him. He's going to try to stretch that out over the backstretch, but I don't imagine Scott Copeland's going to let him get away that easily. He dives into 3 and 4. Look at him trying to make something happen. Through 3 and 4, Scott Copeland on the outside. He takes the lead. Scott Copeland leads Darren McFadden through 1 and 2. As you can see now, Scott Copeland stretching his lead out just a little bit. Still, no mistakes can be made. Daryl McFadden not letting him get that far away. Scott Copeland takes the checkered flag. Over Daryl McFadden out of Lakefield, Ontario. And let me tell you, that looked like there was a fair amount of distance between those two sleds, but one little bit of a slide from Scott Copeland and Darren McFadden would have been right on his snow flap. These drivers have to drive every lap of these races. They cannot be off those handlebars. All right, ladies and gents. We're going to bring along the brave guys with the roll cages. This will be the only class of the afternoon that has a rolling start. And these guys are also the only class that has a steering wheel and a brake pedal sitting in front of them. And I'm going to tell you what, they've got those roll cages, and all that does is make them a little bit more brave. When they around turn 4, they're going to be waiting on that green flag to drop. If the flag man likes it, he'll drop it, and we'll get these 4 on their way to you. Tim Hibbard's been the guy to beat all weekend long from Leinster, New Hampshire on that with that green roll cage. Right now, Adam Crothers from Sutton West, Ontario leads them into 1, but look at him coming, Tim Hibbard on the outside of 1 and 2. To take the lead by the time he hits the backstretch. Still, these guys cannot make a mistake. Oh, look at that. We've got 1 slow in 1 and 2. That's Tim Hibbard, your leader. Was your leader, no longer. And it looks like he's going to wait for everybody else to go by, and he's going to be slow to the inside. Your leader now, I believe, is the 68. That is Adam Crothers. Behind him, Rob McCall, sorry, from Brecon, Ontario, on the 62 machine. And in third place right now on the 7X, Ryan Brown from Orangeville, Ontario. Adam Carruthers from Sutton West, Ontario leads the way as they dive off into turn 1 and get the white flag. They're coming around for the checkered. Adam Carruthers leads Rob McCall off into 3 and 4. And they hit the front stretch for the final time and receive the checkered flag. Whoa! That ended up being a little closer than expected. Not sure maybe if there was a bit of a mechanical failure on the 68 there late. I'll tell you one thing, those Outlaw 600s sure do put on a heck of a show every time they hit the track. And I believe for the first time this weekend, we're not talking about Tim Hibbert taking home a win. This time around, it's Adam Carruthers. Sometimes it's not a battle of who's fastest, it's a battle of whose equipment can last the entire race. And this time, Adam comes out on top. All right, it looks like the 79 machine on the inside, asserting that inside line through 1 and 2, trying to break out to an early lead, followed by the 176 unit. Maverick Yonan and Jaden Keeler are breaking away from that 411 machine. Maverick Yonan leads him off of 4. At a turn 2 and onto the backstretch, Maverick Yonan putting on a driving clinic right now. He leads him to the stripe and takes the green or the white flag. Chased by Jaden Keeler. Maverick Yonan out of Killaloe, Ontario is going to take this checkered flag. This is the F340. Followed by Jaden Keeler from Kirkfield, Ontario. Followed by that 411 machine. And I would give you a little bit more information there, but I didn't have it that time around. But I will get some information on that 411 machine so that next time they're out, we can tell you all about them. That 411 was Genevieve McCormick out of Sewin, Ontario. And this is the 117 machine. Just going to take a victory lap here so that he can take home the official win here at the MSCR. He takes the checkered flag. Wonder what class that was for. And that was the official win in your IFS 440 fan class, sponsored by Fredericton One Stop Trailer Shop. And on the track now is Sabrina Blanchet. Again, this is just to take the official win home in the class that she was competing in. Like I said a little bit earlier, we have lost quite a few racers as well as spectators just due to inclement weather, and we don't blame them for it. You know, I do think it's funny. We never hardly got enough snow to go snowmobiling all winter long here in Woodstock, and now the weekend that you wouldn't want the snow, we're going to get 35 centimeters this afternoon, but as luck would have it. So we just have to do a couple of these one-lappers just to give people the official win. And I believe we're going to do a sweep here, just to touch the track up a little bit. Head on in, grab yourself an ice cold Michelob. And while everybody is listening, okay, I've got a contest win to announce to you, so make sure you're listening up. If you put in a slip for the Bud Light cooler out front, you better be listening. The winner of the Bud Light cooler was Dave Harris from Caribou, Maine. So if you are Dave Harris, or maybe you know Dave Harris, just let him know he's won the Bud Light cooler, and he can pick it up. Yeah, just underneath the grandstands here at the Connell Park Raceway. Congratulations to Dave Harris. And as you can see, that 50-50 estimated jackpot, $21,875. So make sure you grab yourself a 50-50 ticket while you're down underneath warming up. And if the 50-50 line is too long, which I sure hope it is, you can scan that QR code that you see on the screen right now, and that will forward you to, I believe it's rafflebox.ca, where you can buy right on your phone a 50-50 ticket. So it's up over $20,000, $21,925. Let's see how high we can get that 50-50 jackpot, and somebody is going to go home smiling this evening. It looks like we're going to be getting back to racing here shortly. I think we're going to be kicking it back off with our Semi-Pro F500, sponsored by KCI Keenan. Once again, if you're in underneath the grandstand, take an opportunity to buy a ticket to win a fire pit. This is going to support the Masonic Lodge. They're going to be doing the draw at 2 o'clock p.m. today. Tickets are 1 for $5 or 3 for $10. Again, you can find them in underneath the grandstands. As the Semi-Pro F500 class makes its way onto the track. Leading them on looks to be Jeffrey O'Donnell from Somerville, New Brunswick. That second sled is driven by Hunter Twyman from Lakefield, Ontario. That's the black number 15. Lining up on the outside here, that 11X machine, Cole Fitzgerald from Killaloe, Ontario. That green machine right beside him, that number 797, driven by Alicia Robitaille out of Drummondville, Quebec. Matt Simonson, number 122 in the mix. That red machine. 661, driven by Mike Simonson out of Slave Lake, Alberta. Actually, Centerville, New Brunswick, but we'll call it Slave Lake if that's what he wants to put down. 661. On the 19 machine, Nathan Franchette. The 91 is Kristen Briggs from Jacksonville, New Brunswick, so a lot of locals in this class. This is your Semi-Pro F500 waiting on that green flag to drop. As you can see, they're 3 abreast heading into turn 1. I believe that's the 19 machine out front, driven by Nathan Frenchette. Followed by, I believe, the 11X of Cole Fitzgerald. We'll confirm that here when they come around. In third place, Alicia Robitaille. Cole Fitzgerald looking to the outside on 2, trying to get around Nathan Frenchette on the backstretch. Oh. Unfortunately, it looks like we've got one in the bales here. We're going to park this class here just for a moment. Always scary when you see something like that happen. Thankfully, we do have those hay bales there as a bit of a safer barrier. Now, I do believe that was the 97 machine of Alicia Robitaille. It sounds like Alicia is up and moving. And wow, that is that is scary. I mean, she was moving on when she would have went into them bales. All right, everybody, as you can see, Alicia still riding on that sled behind that side-by-side. Let's make some noise and let her know we're glad she's okay. And we were super excited to have her here with us in Woodstock. Still not a ride that we want to see any rider here at the MSCR take behind that side-by-side. But we are sure glad to hear that Alicia is okay. As you can see now, our racers beginning to get reorganized here. I believe Alicia at the time was riding around in 4th or 5th. I think the way that they'll line up, the 15 machine, let's see here. I believe the 15 machine was leading. Actually, they were in a battle coming out of turn 2. So that 11X machine of Cole Fitzgerald looks to have claimed the lead. In 2nd place, the 15 machine of Hunter Twyman out of Lakefield, Ontario. Third place looks to be Mike Simonson. We'll just wait and see here how the race officials stack them all back up. All right, looks like we're going to get them stacked up here. The 15, piloted by Hunter Twyman, is going to be your leader at the green flag. That 11X machine, Cole Fitzgerald, they were in a battle for first place when that red flag was flown. Third place, you can see a local boy, Mike Simonson, on the 661 machine. Fourth place, Matt Simonson, behind the handlebars of the 122 machine. Fifth place, that number 19, Nathan Frenchette. Sixth place, 718, Jeff O'Donnell. And followed by him, Christian Briggs on the number 91. They're waiting on the drop of that green flag. Mike Simonson trying to get underneath second place right now. Not able to make it happen through 1 and 2. All right. And Cole Fitzgerald goes back to work on first place. They're side and side, headed into 3. That's Hunter Twyman on that black number 15, and Cole Fitzgerald on the green 11X. Cole Fitzgerald leads him to the line. Behind them, the Simonson boys are in a hot battle for 3rd and 4th. 3rd place, actually. Matt Simonson sitting in 3rd right now. Mike Simonson not wanting to let him get away with it. A little bit of a slide through 3 and 4 there for Cole Fitzgerald on the 11X. The 15 of Hunter Twyman trying to get him reeled back in. but it looks like Cole Fitzgerald pulling away a little bit. Still, there is no room for a mistake here. I believe that's the sign for 2 to go. Cole Fitzgerald leads, headed into 1. There's a battle back there for 5th place. For that number, I believe the 19's trying to get past, I think it's Jeffrey O'Donnell. As Cole Fitzgerald takes the white flag. 1 to go this time by. Cole Fitzgerald rounds 3 and 4. And onto the front stretch, he's looking for that checkered flag to fly. And he's got it. 2nd place, Hunter Twineman. 3rd place, Matt Simonson. 4th place, Mike Simonson. 5th place, the number 19 machine of Nathan Frenchette, followed by Jeffrey O'Donnell and then Kristen Briggs across the line. Let's make some noise for him. Cole Fitzgerald on that 11X machine, all the way from Killaloe, Ontario. Again, we want to give a huge shout out and an even bigger thank you to these guys and girls that make the trek all the way from Ontario and Quebec, out of the States, New Hampshire. I believe the next class on the line is going to be our Sport Mod, Mod Stock combined class. We're going to be looking for Daytona Gould from Dexter, Maine, behind the handlebars of the number 6 machine. Ryan Matthews from Lakefield, Ontario on the 95, and Caden Dunn from Enfield, Maine on that 117 machine. The boys have got them sparked up, and they're waiting in the staging area for the nod to head out onto the track. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I've been turned into a liar here, but I can work with it. I don't believe this is the Sport Mod stock. This is your Pro Champ class, sponsored by E. Cummings Contracting. Sabrina Blanchet on the 79 machine. leading them across the line right now, Sabrina Blanchet. It says here that 481 machine is driven by Lucas Nast. Sabrina Blanchet takes the white flag. All right, she's looking for the checkered. This is Sabrina Blanchet out of Quebec, followed by Lucas Nast, and then Matt Simonson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for Sabrina. Give her a big thank you for coming out to the MSCR. Just want to remind everybody, in underneath the grandstand, you can enter to win a fire pit for the Masonic Lodge fundraiser. Tickets are $5 each, or grab 3 for $10. They are going to be drawing that at 2 o'clock, so head on in underneath the grandstand and win yourself a fire pit. On the line now, we've got our Supermod mod stock, Daytona Gould, Ryan Matthews, and Caden Dunn. Caden Dunn behind the wheel of that number 117X machine, the red one. Ryan Matthews on the white number 95, and Daytona Gould on that orange number 6 machine. Daytona Gould jumps out to an early lead. This is our boy named Sue here. Born racer, Daytona Gould. Trying to spread out that lead. Looks like he gained a little bit through 3 and 4. They come onto the front stretch. Daytona Gould leads. Ryan Matthews in second place, and in third place, Caden Dunn out of Enfield, Maine. Caden Dunn not looking like he's done with Ryan Matthews, though. Ryan has good straightaway speed, but Caden Dunn looks like he catches up to him a little bit in the corners. Daytona Gould, though, trying to wrap up the conversation for first place here in the Sport Mod stock class. Daytona Gould leads them through 3 and 4. Onto the front stretch to try to take the white flag. Daytona Gould, Ryan Matthews, and Caden Dunn in that order across the line. As Daytona works his way through 3 and 4, coming in search of that checkered flag. And he gets it. Daytona Gould, followed by Ryan Matthews and Caden Dunn. All right, let's make some noise for him. Daytona Gould. He was here last year, put on a great show at the 2024 MSCR. And also having great success here in 2025. Next class on the line, I believe, is going to be your 600 trail stock class. The red machines driven by Dustin Legacy from Haynesville, New Brunswick. The black Arctic Cat ZRTs piloted by Peter Dickinson from Woodstock, New Brunswick. We got a couple of New Brunswickers here going to try to duke it out. Do we have any Dustin Legacy fans in the crowd with us here today? Here they go, side and side into one. Peter Dickinson going to work, trying to pull away, make some ground on Dustin Legacy. He pulls on him in the backstretch. Peter Dickinson flying out of turn 4. Making short work of that straightaway and headed into 1 and 2. You look at him as he pulls onto that straightaway. That ZRT is making tracks. Here he comes again. You watch that thing pick up speed when it hits the straightaway. He is not messing around. Peter Dickinson not leaving anything to chance. He's trying to create as big of a gap as he can between himself and Dustin Legacy. As he rounds 3 and 4 for the final time, looking for the checkered flag, here comes Peter Dickinson from Woodstock, New Brunswick, for the win in the 600 trail stock class. Want to take a minute to thank a couple of sponsors. The Florenceville Inn, huge sponsor here at the 2025 MSCR. Richwell Truck Center, Cummings Family Estate, E. Cummings Contracting, as well as the town of Woodstock. They've been great supporters of the MSCR here. Let's give him a round of applause. Peter Dickinson from right here in Woodstock, New Brunswick. I'm guessing he's going home smiling after this weekend. That man has been performing well on the track all weekend long. Pulling onto the track now, a big race. This is your Pro F500 class. We'll wait and see how they line them up here. As you see, Scott Copeland on that 55. Spencer Landry's to his inside on the number 27X. The number 22X is there. That's driven by Marcus Blow from Eggenville, Ontario. That number 9 machine of Jan Tremblay, he's been having great success all day long. But look at that, lining up to Jan's inside is Spencer Landry. He's going to try to get the jump on him here at the green flag. Things are going to be hectic when they get into turn 1. The number 15 machine, Hunter Twineman. The number 19, Nathan Franchette. Boys are waiting on the green flag. There they have it. As that number 9 gets the whole shot off into turn 1. It's a parking lot down there in turn 1. There's sleds everywhere. As they pull onto the backstretch, Scott Copeland asserts his dominant for the second position. As you see Spencer Landry working in the inside, trying to slide himself up into third. Jan Tremblay leads him to the start-finish line. Jan Tremblay. That's a pretty good pack of snowmobiles there. Jan Tremblay leads them. In second place, Scott Copeland. Third place, Spencer Landry. Fourth place, I believe, is Cole Fitzgerald. I could be wrong. I'll double check there as they come by the start finish. Jan Tremblay leads him onto the front stretch. That's Marcus Below trying to make a move on Spencer Landry for third place. As you see tight racing there for third. Marcus trying to get down low and get past Spencer Landry on the inside, going into 3 and 4. It's close racing. They're going to drag race on the front stretch for third place. And it looks like he made that move stick. Marcus Below out of Eggenville, Ontario, slides himself up into third place. Let's see if he can chip away at Scott Copeland. He's got 2 to go. 1 to go, I believe. No, 2 to go. Looks like 2 to go. Halfway. But Jan Tremblay putting on a great driving clinic here today. Scott Copeland's got second place all tied up right now. But Marcus Below trying to chip his way and try to tackle him for second place. But Jan Tremblay not making any mistakes here. And there is not much room for mistakes. At that space that you see between first and second place, that can go away in a heartbeat. If Jan drives a little bit too deep into the corner, maybe he gets a slide out of this thing. Now 2 to go at the line. Scott Copeland in second place. Marcus Below in third place. Fourth place, Spencer Landry. Fifth place, Cole Fitzgerald. They're going to get the white flag here. A little bit of slow traffic. Let's see if that'll have any effect on Jan Tremblay. Jan Tremblay leads them through 1 and 2. Slow traffic there for Scott Copeland to navigate. Coming out of turn 2, he gets him on the outside. Jan Tremblay dives through 3 and 4. He's got a commanding lead, can't make any mistake off of 4, and he doesn't. He takes the checkered flag. Second place, Scott Copeland. Third place, Marcus Below. Fourth place, Spencer Landry. Fifth place, Cole Fitzgerald. Sixth place, Hunter Twyman. And seventh place, Nathan Frenchette. As Jan Tremblay taking all kinds of victims here in these 500 classes today. Doing a great job driving. He is not missing any marks. Jan Tremblay out of St. Prime, Quebec, Canada. As he swings right here, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for him. Tell him how great a job he's doing behind those bars. That man has been nothing but impressive all day long. Like I said, not missing any marks. I mean, no mistakes out of this guy. You guys down there in the grandstands enjoying this racing here this afternoon? Oh yeah, we're having a good time here at the Woodstock MSCR. All right, looks like the next class on the line is going to be the F340, sponsored by Clark Oil. This is going to be a total of 5 laps. That green number 79X machine is driven by Maverick Yonan. He's been great here all day long. The Lightning McQueen machine 176, driven by Jaden Keeler, and that 411 machine from Sewin, Ontario, is going to be driven by Genevieve McCormick. See if Jaden Keeler can get the jump on the start here. Looks like they're going to run off side and side into turn 1. But Maverick McCormick takes him on the outside. He's been fast all day long. They navigate their way through 3 and 4 onto the front stretch now. Maverick Yonan stretching out his lead, followed by Jaden Keeler and then Genevieve McCormick. A little bit of a slide going into 1 there from Jaden Keeler on the Lightning McQueen machine. Maverick Yonan leading the way, headed into 1 and 2. He's got a fair lead over Jaden Keeler. Still can make no mistakes. And let's not pretend like a mistake is the only thing that could have a negative effect on Maverick Yonan. There's also these little things called mechanical failures. You got to bank on these snowmobiles making it the whole 5 laps around this track. Maverick Yonan doing a great job there, navigating a little bit of lap traffic, and Genevieve McCormick. Comes out of 3 and 4 onto the front stretch, waiting on that checkered flag, and he's got it. Maverick Yonan out of Killaloe, Ontario, takes home the win here. In second place, Jaden Keeler, and in third place, Genevieve McCormick. Want to take a second to thank a couple more of our sponsors. Best Western here in Woodstock, Canadian Tire here in Woodstock, Dimock Rentals, FMI. Putting on an event like this wouldn't be possible without all of these sponsors supporting an event like this in our town. As you see Maverick Yonan celebrating that win. It looks like we're going to do a little bit of track maintenance here. If you want to head on in and make sure you buy yourself a ticket on the Masonic Lodge Fundraiser Fire Pit. Tickets are $5 each, or 3 for $10. They said they're going to be doing that draw at 2 o'clock. It's 20 after 1 now, so make sure you get your name in. This is your chance to get your name in to that draw for that Masonic Lodge fundraiser fire pit. The 50-50 right now, $23,125. Wouldn't that be awesome to tuck into your back pocket and take home with you after this great fun weekend at the MSCR? So make sure when you go down to buy a Masonic Lodge fundraiser ticket, grab yourself some 50-50 tickets too. I think they're doing 25 tickets for $20 or something like that. That's probably the best deal. You may as well slide them a 20 sheet. Get those 50-50 numbers up, and potentially go home with a big fat stack of cash in your back pocket here after the MSCR this weekend. As you see the Simonson boys taking a stroll back across the track together, this will be the last time they're friendly with each other. Until after the races, of course. Yeah, you see, get him, Matt, get him. I think between races we could have a little wrestling match out there. All right, as you see them filing into the start-finish here, looks like we've got 3 snowmobiles. And like I said, Sabrina, Lucas Nass, Lucas Nass has been on her snow flap all weekend long. And with a guy like Spencer Landry, you can never count him out. Here we go. Sabrina with a little bit of a jump into turn 1. She's got the lead. Spencer Landry not letting her go. He's up into second place now. Let's see if he can find a little steam on the straightaway. He's on the outside of Sabrina Blanchet in 3 and 4. Here they come onto the front stretch now. Sabrina trying to expand a little bit of a lead there as they dive into 1 and 2. And Sabrina Blanchet, what an excellent driver. You can see her going around those corners. She's out there, her knees almost scraping that ice. No mistakes. No mistakes out of Sabrina. And she cannot make a mistake because I believe she's got Spencer Landry right behind her. No, my apologies. That is Lucas Nast. And he's going through the corners with one ski up in the air. I mean, he is giving it everything he's got to try to track Sabrina down. He's diving hard into the corner, into 3 and 4. As they come up onto the front stretch here, anything he can to try to make up that distance. He is just a little bit closer this time on the front stretch as he's made up some ground in 1 and 2. He's coming into turn 2 now. Oh yeah, he's cut it down to about 4 or 5 sled lengths there. Right on her snow flap into 3 and 4. They're coming onto the front stretch. They're getting the white flag, 1 to go. Lucas Nast right on the snow flap of Sabrina Blanchet, headed into 1 and 2. Sabrina taking away Lucas's line just a little bit there. They're racing hard off a 2. He's gonna try her low. Let's see if he can make it stick. That's Lucas Nast on the inside. They're gonna be side and side coming to the checkered flag. Lucas Nast, for the first time this weekend, has gotten past Sabrina Blanchet. Holy smokes. That was some good racing right there. Look at him. A little friendly exchange off of 2. Wow. Lucas Nast, when he hit that track, he had to have said to himself, I am going to win this thing or I am bringing the handlebars back. There is no in between. And he drove the track off that thing, that entire race. Look at that, and I bet underneath that helmet right now, he is smiling. He is smiling. Look at the fist bumps. Those are hard-earned right there. Take a spin with that flag, buddy. You earned it. You earned it. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for him. He's all the way from Guildhall, Vermont, out of the United States. And he's been working his behind off all weekend long to try to get past Sabrina, and he's finally made it happen. Holy smokes, that was some great racing there in that Supermod 440 class. Holy smokes, I bet you he is sweating underneath that snowsuit. He's got to be. That was a hard-fought battle right there. Holy smokes. Yeah, it's going to be hard to top that. My heart is racing. How do you guys like that down there in the grandstands? That's what we all come to Woodstock for this weekend right there. Holy smokes. We're going to move into our IFS 500 fan class. Starting on the outside on that 11X machine is Cole Fitzgerald. He's out of Killaloe, Ontario. That 95 machine's piloted by Sam Matthews out of Lakefield, Ontario. The 55 machine driven by Scott Copeland out of Stratford, New Hampshire. It's going to be a three-way battle. There you got the green flag. Scott Copeland with a great hole shot. Breaks into an early lead here. Coming out of turn 2, let's see if they can make some ground on him. Scott Copeland, he's been fast on 2 different machines all weekend long. He is just tough to beat. Tough to beat. I mean, that man knows exactly what he's doing behind the handlebars of these units. He's way to the outside, though, off of 4. And as you can see, Cole Fitzgerald on the 11X trying to come up the inside, but Scott Copeland shuts him down, but not for long. They're side and side coming out of turn 2. Cole Fitzgerald on the backstretch taking the lead. Scott Copeland not letting him get away, though. He's going to try him on the outside. He's coming real high off of 4. Cole Fitzgerald still your leader. Through 1 and 2, though. Scott Copeland able to make some time back? No. Cole Fitzgerald expands his lead just a little bit. Headed into 3 and 4 now. Let's see. Let's watch Scott Copeland. He's been running high off turn 4 the whole race. Not this time. He holds a low line. Cole Fitzgerald still leading. Scott Copeland, he's got Sam Matthews right on his back. Looks like the gap between first and second has shrunk a little bit. Headed into 3 and 4, I believe, for the final time. Cole Fitzgerald looking to catch that checkered flag, and he does. With Scott Copeland not far behind in tow, as well as Sam Matthews. That was 3 pretty evenly matched snowmobiles right there. A little bit of a fist bump maybe off of 2. And that was a hard-fought battle there by Cole Fitzgerald. Could not make any mistakes, or else Scott Copeland was going to be right on his snow flap to capitalize, and he didn't. Make some noise for him. That's Cole Fitzgerald out of Killaloe, Ontario. Doing a great job behind the handlebars of that 11X machine. I believe the next class on track is going to be your ladies F500. This class sponsored by Rich Whale Truck Center. Pulling up to the starting line is going to be Kristen Briggs from just up the road in Jacksonville, New Brunswick. And Sydney Haynes from Upper Woodstock, New Brunswick. That's right here in town on that 718 machine. Both local ladies. Kristen Briggs with a jump into the lead there, headed into turn 1. Sydney Haynes doing everything she can to get a gust of speed on the backstretch. Kristen Briggs leading the way. across the start-finish line and into one. Kristen Briggs leads Sydney Haynes. Not by a whole lot, though. Kristen's got to be sure not to make any mistakes here. Kristen Briggs out of 3 and 4. Catching the white flag. She's coming along the backstretch and into 3 and 4 for the final time, hopefully to capture that checkered flag, and she's no stranger to capturing checkered flags. This is, I believe, her first ever ice oval track race, Kristen Briggs, but she is a very seasoned lawnmower racer. And she is certainly no stranger to checkered flags. Throughout the summer, she is impossible almost to beat. And I'm telling you, man, she's got it. Like some people, when you know, you get it. Once you go fast once, you never want to not go fast again. You get a little bit of that racing bug, and I'm telling you, she's got it because I've seen her do it. She's a lawnmower racer. I've seen her drag race snowmobiles, and now she's an ice oval track racer. Yeah, now she's an ice oval track winner. Do we have any Kristen Briggs fans in the crowds with us here today? Let's make some noise for her from right here in Jacksonville, New Brunswick. Kristen Briggs on that number 91 machine. Looks like we're going to be heading into our Super Stock 440 Leaf Spring class. And we're a little bit thankful here. Mother Nature's caught us a little bit of a break. That snow was supposed to start around 1 o'clock. Looks like we're pushing things a little further back here. Don't see any snow immediately around us. Maybe we can get in a full day. Yeah, I'm knocking on wood. I'm knocking on wood up here. Maybe I should shut up. That 117 machine, Stefan Terset out of Odessa, Ontario. And the 95 driven by Ryan Matthews out of Lakefield, Ontario. They're side and side there, coming out of 2. Stefan right on Ryan's snow flap. He makes good ground on him into the corner. Look at him, he's right there, going to try to make something happen on the outside. Coming onto the front stretch now. Ryan Matthew leads. And they're headed down the back stretch now. Ryan Matthews stretching that lead out just a little bit. Stefan Terset trying to close the gap through 3 and 4. But Ryan Matthews not making any mistakes. Ryan Matthews dives into 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to be coming around for the checkered flag. And he takes it. Ryan Matthews from Lakefield, Ontario on that number 95 machine. Takes the checkered flag in the Super Stock 440 class. Want to take just a minute to give a shout out to the 2025 World Pond Hockey Championship happening in Plaster Rock, New Brunswick next weekend. That's going to be from Thursday, February 20th until Sunday, February 23rd. So head on up to Plaster Rock and see a great show of pond hockey. And I believe they usually have bands and whatnot that play up there. And a beer garden. Who knows, you might see me up there tripping around the beer garden. And that's Ryan Matthews, again from Lakefield, Ontario, on that number 95 machine. Junior F340 is the next class on the track. We've got the 176 machine of Jaden Keeler, the Lightning McQueen machine on the track there. The 411 machine of Guinevere McCormick from Selwyn, Ontario is on track. The 79X of Maverick Yonan, been dominant all day long. And the 99X of Micah Yonan from Killaloe, both from Killaloe, Ontario. And that is Maverick Yonan on the outside, Micah Yonan on the inside, on those beautiful green units. Here we go here. Off into turn one, Micah Yonan on the outside getting past Jaden Keeler. And Micah's got all kinds of speed headed down the back stretch, trying to stretch that gap out a little bit, give himself a little bit of wiggle room. Micah Yonan leads Jaden Keeler, followed by Guinevere McCormick. Oh, sorry, Maverick Yonan leads Jaden Keeler, followed by Guinevere McCormick, and then Micah Yonan. Maverick Yonan still leading. He's headed into 1 and 2, sorry. Jaden Keeler in second place. Third place right now, Guinevere McCormick. Micah Yonan on the 99X. And Maverick took the white flag right there. This will be the last time around. He comes onto the front stretch. Oh, no, sorry. This is the, no. Yeah, this is the final lap for Maverick Yonan. There was one more sled coming across there that had to take the white flag. Messed with me just a little bit. Jaden Keeler comes across the line in second place from Kirkfield, Ontario. Third place, Guinevere McCormick, and fourth place, Micah Yonan. Great pond hockey action. Slide into the beer garden, grab yourself a drink. I believe, like I said, There's usually a live band on site. I don't know that for sure. Our first class on the line after the sweep break is going to be our junior F200 class. This class sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. We've got that number 99X machine driven by Micah Yonan out of Killaloe, Ontario. And that number 411 machine driven by Guinevere McCormick. Micah Yonan breaks out to an early lead in 1 and 2. Guinevere McCormick right on the snow flap, trying to make something happen coming out of turn 2. That 411 machine creeping in on the 99. You can see it on the backstretch. He's closing space. They dive into 3 and 4. Space still getting closer. The 411 trying to make something happen on the outside. Coming out of turn 4. The 411 to the outside of the 99. And it looks like he's going to make the pass. Coming to the start-finish line. As the 411 and the 99 dive into turn 1. Come out of turn 2 up onto the back straightaway. The 411 now making space between him and the 99. Again, that's Micah Yonan. No, my apologies. That's Guinevere McCormick leading on the 411 machine. Genevieve McCormick on the 411, taking the white flag here at the start-finish line. As you can see, the guys in the staging area getting really keen to go. Genevieve is from Silwyn, Ontario. That's a long way to travel here to Woodstock, New Brunswick to race here at the MSCR, but we're sure glad to have all these guys and girls with us from so far away. We love hosting you here in Woodstock. We hope you guys have enjoyed your weekend here. Genevieve McCormick comes out on top in the junior F200 class, followed by Micah Yonan on the 99X. And I'll tell you right now, you're going to want to hang on to your hats and slide up to the edge of your seat, because this 500X 2003 and older class is coming to the starting line. And they've been putting on a great show all weekend long. And I know that it's going to be no different here in just a moment. Let's see who we have running here. We've got Scott Copeland out of Stratford, New Hampshire. Jan Tremblay, who's been dominant all day long on the blue number 9 machine. Spencer Landry out of Brooklyn, New Hampshire. Peter Dickinson's putting his hat in the ring from right here in Woodstock, New Brunswick. Marcus Below with the 22X. Here they come onto the track. That's a 55 machine piloted by Scott Copeland, followed by the other 55 machine piloted by your local Peter Dickinson. Behind him, number 27X, Spencer Landry. That number 9 machine, one to watch right here, Jan Tremblay from St. Prime, Quebec. And that's that blue number 9 machine. He has been hard to beat all day long, lining up beside the 55 of Scott Copeland and the 27X of Spencer Landry. The number 55 machine on the outside, driven by Peter Dickinson. Here's 4 racers. They're waiting on that green flag. Here they head off into turn 1. Something not right with that number 27 of Spencer Landry. He's slow in 1 and 2, falling away from your top 3. That number 9 machine, driven by Jan Tremblay, breaks into an early lead here from St. Prime, Quebec. He's first place. Scott Copeland, I believe, following not far behind. And followed relatively closely by Peter Dickinson from right here in Woodstock. But Scott Copeland right now going to work, trying to reel Jan Tremblay back in. And he's more than close enough. If Jan Tremblay has a little wiggle or something going into the corner, Scott Copeland might be able to make it happen. But right now, Jan Tremblay, he is not making any mistakes going through those corners. You can see that number 9 machine handling those corners just superbly. Scott Copeland throwing everything he's got at Jan Tremblay, trying to get him tracked down here. Scott Copeland, you can see him, he is driving deep into the corner. But Jan Tremblay not making any mistakes, not slipping up whatsoever. He's shown the boys how it's done here this afternoon. Jan now with about a third of a corner lead over Scott Copeland. Peter Dickinson still hanging in really well. Of course, that sled he's driving a 600 trail stock, so he's hanging in really well with these 500X machines. As they take the white flag here at the start-finish line. One more lap, no mistakes, and Jan Tremblay could come home with the win here as he dives into 3 and 4. Chased by Scott Copeland. No mistake coming off of 4 here. Little wiggle, but not much. Jan Tremblay takes home the checkered flag here in this 500X class, followed by Scott Copeland and then Peter Dickinson. And look at what we got coming onto the line now, a pile of locals. Jeffrey O'Donnell is going to be coming to the starting line. Maverick Yonan from Killaloe, Ontario, on the 79X machine. Jan Tremblay, he's been driving hard all day long. Let's give him a round from St. Prime, Quebec. Want to announce the winner of the fire pit from the Masonic Lodge draw, Paul Hatchie. Paul Hatchie. If you're still here, you can come on over and grab your fire pit underneath the grandstand. We also do have a phone number, so we'll try to give you a call here. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Here we go. I hope you found the edge of your seat because you're going to need it right now. Look at that red snowmobile pulling up. That's Matt Simonson behind the handlebars of the 122 machine. 79X, Maverick Yonan from Killaloe, Ontario. That 661 machine, Mike Simonson, lined up beside Maverick. 91, Kristen Briggs. 718, Jeffrey O'Donnell from Somerville, New Brunswick. A pile of locals in this one. Green flag. Kristen Briggs jumps out front. But she's not in front. She's slid back to about fourth place. Now looks like Mike Simonson in the lead, but on the outside now, Maverick Yonan from Killaloe, Ontario, trying to make it happen on the outside. I believe that's Mike Simonson on the inside. Coming onto the straightaway. Oh, big jump by Mike Simonson, but he keeps it on its track. But with that little bit of a slip, Matt Simonson right behind him. He's chasing him down. Maverick Yonan not getting away. They got a three-way battle for the lead right now. Maverick Yonan leading him out of turn 4. But he's got two Simonson boys breathing down his neck. Mike Simonson in second place. Matt Simonson in third place. Matt sniffing at Mike. Let's see if he can make anything happen through 3 and 4. Maverick Yonan still leading. He rounds turn 4. They got 2 to go at the line this time by. Maverick Yonan showing him how it's done. He's not making any mistakes. Matt Simonson breathing down the neck of Mike Simonson right now. For second place, Maverick Yonan expanding his lead. And it looks like Matt Simonson's going to try Mike on the outside. They're battling, coming on the front stretch. White flag this time by. Matt Simonson has gotten past Mike Simonson. We'll see if he's got any time here to reach up and play around with Maverick Yonan. Maverick dives into turn 3 for the final time. Can't make any mistakes here on the exit. And he doesn't. Maverick Yonan putting on a driving clinic. First place, Maverick Yonan. Second place, Matt Simonson. Third place, Mike Simonson. Fourth place, Kristen Briggs. Fifth place, Jeffrey O'Donnell. That was some pretty good racing there in the Sport F500. What do you guys think of that down there? Do you like that one? Oh, yeah. We're having all kinds of fun here at the 2025 MSCR. As you can see, it's starting to snow just a little bit. We're going to run these sleds. I believe we've got 2 classes to go. I could be wrong, but I believe this is what we got, 2 classes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for him right now. All the way from Killaloe, Ontario, that's Maverick Yonan doing a great job driving on that 79X machine. My gosh, that was a hard-earned win. I'll tell you, he had 2 Simonson boys breathing down his neck, and he never made a mistake. Impressive driving. Onto the track now, we've got Daryl McFadden out of Lakefield, Ontario, and Scott Copeland from Stratford, New Hampshire. This is your Masters F500. Scott Copeland on the inside, Daryl McFadden on the outside. This was a pretty hard-fought battle before. Daryl McFadden gets the jump on him into 1 and 2. Let's see if he can assert his position here. Scott Copeland trying to track him down. Daryl McFadden drives into 3 and 4. Scott Copeland closing ground. As they round out of turn 4, Scott Copeland right on his snow flap. They're coming down the straightaway. He's right there. Scott Copeland, a little move to the inside. Can't make it work into 1 and 2. He's going to try on the exit of 2, going down the backstretch. He must be catching a draft off him right there. He's going to suck right up to the back of Daryl McFadden's machine. Trying to make it work on the outside. Coming out of 4, can't make it happen. But they're drag racing down the front stretch. As they dive back into 1 and 2. Daryl pinching, pinched Scott Copeland up to the outside just a little bit. Worked out for Daryl. Didn't work out so well for Scott. They're coming around, I believe, to the checkered flag right now. Out of turn 4, this is Daryl McFadden leading Scott Copeland. Looking for that checkered flag. He's got it. Daryl McFadden from Lakefield, Ontario takes home the W on that number 18 machine. And that was a pretty good race here. We don't need 7 or 8 sleds to have good racing here at the Woodstock MSCR. We'd love to have them. But my God, when you got competition like that, how could you be disappointed? Let's make sure we give them boys a big round of applause. Scott Copeland, Daryl McFadden, thank you for coming out. You guys have done a great job driving all weekend long, put on a great show. We couldn't ask for anything more. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send you out on a high note here. How do you guys like the thoughts of having them 600 Outlaws on the track one more time before we part ways? On the track, we've got the number 62 machine, Rob McCall, leading them to the green, followed by the 68 of Adam Carruthers, and then the 7X, Ryan Brown from Orangeville, Ontario, looking for the green flag. That's a 68 on the outside. Adam Carruthers. Look at him go. That number 7 machine really high through 1 and 2. 68 leading them around. Adam Carruthers. from Sutton, West Ontario. So they come through 3 and 4. Come on to the front stretch. The 68 still lead them. Adam Carruthers, followed by Rob McCall in the 62. Oh, look at that. These guys are brave. That is a perfect example. The 68 and the 62, I believe, still in it. I'll double check that when they come across the front. Yes. Leading right now, Adam Carruthers, followed by Rob McCall. As you've seen, the 7X machine of Ryan Brown up into the hay bales here in 1 and 2, but he drove right back away from it. He is down on pit road. He could have had some mechanical breakage there, and I'm sure those hay bales, after sitting outside all weekend, aren't all that soft just now. So white flag, last lap for the 68 machine of Adam Carruthers. Look at them. They're making a race out of it. They're making a race out of it. Rob McCall giving it his best run. Coming through 3 and 4. Let's see what they can make happen on the front stretch. They're side and side. And there you have it. The 68 of Adam Carruthers goes home with a big W here to end the 2025 MSCR. We want to give a huge thank you to everybody who's come out. We want to thank Mother Nature for just narrowly letting us get this whole race in. And we want to thank all the sponsors for helping out all weekend long. We hope everybody here had a fantastic time, and we're going to do it all over again next year. Thanks for coming out.